Hello, crafters! This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I am here with the July Kit Club, Christmas in July Kit Club. You're seeing 2 cards here, 4 clubs, large die of the month, small die of the month, stitch die of the month, and the clear stamp and die of the month. Love, love, love these cards. So you can get started on your Christmas in July fun with this month's Kit Club for sure. Making cards for those young at heart, for younger folks, and these come with different styles. So does this. Yay, yay, yay. This is a fabulous Kit Club. And of course, the Deluxe Caboodle Club is available. New releases are coming too on the 10th. For those of you that are Kit Club members, you will have early access to all the goodies. And crafters coming, Winnie the Pooh is also coming back again. Winnie the Pooh birthday. So much fun and so many new goodies this month. Alrighty, crafters, let's get into this video with the fun of Christmas in July. This is the way to kick it off with Kit Club. Let's get started. Here are all 10 clubs, including the Deluxe Caboodle bonus. Look at this awesome gingerbread. This is called the Ginger Sip Die. This is if you purchase the Deluxe Caboodle Club, which is all 10 clubs. This is the bonus gift that you'll get. Here is my Deluxe Caboodle ornament. Isn't this fun? And this could easily be converted into a card. You just put a card base and you're done. Just take this out. So super duper sweet. So I'm using the Ginger Sip Die. This little piece is to turn it into a mug, and that's what I did. I just put the die across here and cut it out. This is the frosting. That's the cheek. The eyes you just place back in, or you can put black cardstock in the back. And for his buttons, I just put it right here too. Adorable. To create this mug, I'm also using the small die of the month, Cocoa Greetings die. Thumbs up. Josie. Christmas in July. Did I give you a clap for that? Fabulous. Amazing as usual. The styles of these mugs, you can do Santa, penguin, reindeer, or come back over here to the cute little ginger. So super duper sweet. Here I'm using pop-up glitter foam. So you'll see that in a few of my examples. Anytime it's Christmas, I bring out the Spellbinders pop-up glitter foam. Fabulous. White pack, my favorite. You can just get the white pack only. That will be 10 sheets. If you get the white and black, the black you can use for Halloween crafting. I do have both styles. I have a full pack of white and a black and white that I bought. So fabulous, but I love this white. There is no colors in it, no iridescent in it. It's just white glitter and it doesn't shed. It's a really pretty foam and it die cuts like a dream. Look at all that detail that it cut out so clean. And glues on top of paper too, no problem. Here is the handle of the mug, the little scarf. And then in the background here, this is the glimmer of the month. Arctic Glimmer Hot Foil Plate. This is a A2 hot foil plate. You also get 2 sentiments. If you subscribe to the Glimmer of the Month, you'll receive a pack of hot foil roll. Looks like this month you're going to get a pack of silver. I like the matte silver, but on this I'm actually using Prism. So it's a matte silver with a little iridescent on it. Can you see the colors changing? Now for my layers for my ornament. Scallop and stitched edge oval dies. This is so fun. This is perfect too for an ornament because it's not so big. The measurement is 5 inches tall, 3 3/4 of an inch wide. Then you get all these layers. So I'm using 2 of these layers right here. Still haven't used this bow, but I do like the bow. So that's the scallop and stitch edge oval die to make this ornament. And then what I did, I took a little bit of ribbon from my stash, glued it in here. Then put another sheet of white cardstock on the back just to sandwich this up and make it sturdy. So every year I can put it up on a tree. So I made an ornament with the Caboodle bonus. Love, love, love. Now let's go into my favorites. Small die of the month, large die of the month. These are what I always go for with Kit Club. Josie did not disappoint. She designs these amazing clubs. Small die of the month is Cocoa Greetings die. I talked about this with all the little characters that you can interchange. This now is the Mugs and Mittens die, large die of the month. Fabulous. You get the little sleeve right here. Then you get the mittens that would be on the hands. Layers for the mittens. A cocoa cup. In this cocoa cup, you can either put a snowman, Santa, or a snowflake. I did all 3, so you'll see from my examples. You get the sentiment, Merry Cocoa Wishes. These waves are for the heat vapors. Love, 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 love. Here is my first example with the small die of the month. Crafters, I love this card. I had so much fun making this card and putting together all these layers. Santa deserved all of this fun. So what you're seeing here is a combination of the small die of the month and the stitch die of the month. Stitch die of the month is called frosted stitched dies. You get this outer piece with the dot detail that you can use on its own, and then this drop in where you can stitch all of this. Pretty, right? And I do have another example where I didn't do any stitching on it, so I'll show that to you soon. So here is Santa put together. This is Santa's body, and what you do, you flip it this way to put his beard here. Now the other way would be for the penguin and the reindeer. Beard, mustache, face, nose is right here. So fun. And then of course this piece right here. Love, 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 love how fun this is. I'm actually using essential cardstock on this example. Pink sand, dahlia, and fog cardstock, okay? For Santa's skin tone, I'm using the Concord and Ninth Neutrals pack, the one that has the skin tone. I'll put a link for it below. Crafters, everything I'm talking about, I'll detail and link below. So this would be like in other supplies, okay? Because that's great for all of these characters too, using that skin tone pack. I did bring on some pink pastel for his cheek. You could use this for the cheek, but I decided I like the blended look better. If you love a good stitching die, this is a fun one. It also comes with that great snowflake detail. Because of the snowflake detail, I shopped my stash. Now, crafters, I think the Steals and Deal sale is over. I'll put it here on the screen if the sale is over. Then you can get a lot of these older goodies that you see me using on sale. This is called the Layering Snowflakes die. This is an oldie but goodie. You get 3 snowflakes. I use the big one here and that medium one. This is silver pop-up glitter foam. Love, 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 love. Look how I cut out all that detail. I just put some wet glue and then put Santa on the top. So love. Did you see the little candy cane too? He has a little candy cane. And in the background, using one of my favorite dies that was also on sale, Perfect Touch rectangles and tag dies. Super favorite of mine. I think it is perfect for all these Christmas in July cards or cards that you're going to be making all the way till December. Largest die is in A2, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch. Comes in 6 more times to a tag. You could use this fun tag too for a lot of your gifts and all that. So fun. You can see the delicate detail here, and this fits perfectly on top of it, and I just had some layering fun. For the sentiment, I came into a favorite of mine. This is why I love to do those Steals and Deals videos as well, because when I pull out all this product, I don't know how much product I pulled, crafters, because it took me forever to put it back. But when I pull out these things, I'm, oh yes, I love you. I remember now. And it's Christmas in July, so I'm going to use you. So you're going to be seeing me use this beauty right here because I love this little Better Press set here. It's called Sending Joy Sentiments Press Plate and Die. You get 4 sentiments. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, season's greetings, sending joy. And then you can press or glimmer, die cut once. Here I have it glimmered on scrapbook.com's black mixed media paper. I'll put a link for that below as well because it's fabulous for glimmering with Better Press and Glimmer hot foil plates. 140-pound cardstock too, so you don't have to keep backing it up with something else to make it sturdy. This is super sturdy. And then matte silver hot foil roll. I glimmered the sentiment and then put it at an angle, sending joy with that. Isn't this a pretty little card? I think this one is like, oh, it just makes me smile, and I love the pink and gray. There's something about pink, gray, silver, and white for the holidays that I love. I love playing with different colors for the holidays, as you're going to see with all my cards. So that's card number 1. Here is another card featuring the small die of the month plus 2 other clubs and 3 foundation dies. So there's 6 items here. I was shopping my stash. Love this as well. Now you see what the penguin looks like. You see the detail for the tummy, which is this piece here. This now I'm also coming into a combination of color wheel cardstock, which is Spellbinders' new cardstock. I'll link my video here if you want to see an intro of all the new 48 colors, and essential cardstock. For essential cardstock, this is Velvet Rose with underneath it, I can't remember, I think that might be from my stash. This is also essential cardstock, Graphite, Dahlia. Here, this is Mint color wheel cardstock, okay? Then in the background, Better Press of the Month. Love, 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 love. Look at this pressed out on cotton card with black Better Press ink. I so hated covering up the pattern, but I left enough that you can see it. This is gorgeous. It's like a sweater, really pretty. It's called Festive Press. You get 2 sentiments, Cozy Wishes and Holiday Cheer, with a coordinating die to cut it out. I didn't use this. I ended up using the clear stamp and die of the month, but I could have used this as well if I wanted to press it out. So pretty, right? Look at how nice it is. Oh, love the detail and love the feel. If you like cards with a little texture, I tell you, Better Press is the way to go. So pretty and so clean. Clear stamp and die of the month is Stay Snugly Stamp and Die. You can get the clear stamp only. I'll say for a few dollars more, you might as well get the coordinating die, especially when the coordinating die has all these lumps and bumps cutting around all these snowflakes, the sentiments. This long rectangular one is for these, okay? So the coordinating die really does serve purpose if you like this. I think the font is fun. This is high quality photopolymer stamp. Here I have it heat embossed on lunar gray essential cardstock with white embossing powder. And look how clean that is. Sending you cozy hugs and cocoa kisses. Super clean. So this is a great stamp set. But you see these fun snowflakes and that on the inside of your card. That's where you could stamp this too. You could stamp a sentiment on the outside, then on the inside, Stay Snugly, and stamp these as well. So this is a fun one. For my snowflakes, I'm coming into this fun little set, Frozen Flurries, and it's an A2 die. But when you run this through, all these bits pop out. So what I'm using here for my snowflake is treasured cardstock. Now treasured cardstock is 7 versions of it. Used to be 3. This is the silver pack. It's an assorted pack of specialty cardstock, 15 sheets in each pack, 5 styles, 3 sheets each. These are full 8.5 by 11 sheets of treated cardstock, okay? I just like to keep the cheat sheet here to show you in a video. So the styles you get in all 7 packs, look at all these colors. This is the original. These are the new ones. I'll go into the new ones in a second. Glitter metallic, matte metallic, brush metallic, mirror metallic, pearl. This is matte metallic, okay? So fun. Rose gold is another pack. There is a gold assorted pack. New, but perfect for the holidays. Antique assorted pack. Now you see that there is silver speckles here in their glitter metallic. That is different than the pop-up glitter foam. All these glitter papers at Spellbinders, they always test them to see can they handle being cut with a die. This is so super pretty. Another fun color in here is the brush metallic. It has like a little shimmer and a feel. You'll see it on my snowman coming up soon. Mirror metallic, that's fun too. I use this as well. So that's the antique assorted pack. I'll just put a general link for treasured cardstock if you're interested. Ruby assorted pack. Look at the red. Look at all this. I use this as well. Aquamarine, haven't used this yet, but I do love a good turquoise and silver Christmas as well. And then the onyx, favorite of mine here, especially for Halloween and everything else, but I love the black. So that's all the treasured cardstock. To finish this off, I did use some opal gems here. For this layer, I'm using the Heartfelt Thanks and Scallop die. This is a fabulous set. I'm using the second one here. And the largest die measures 4 by 5.25 inch. So you'll always have a border with an A2. For my A2 base, to make sure that this image is straight, because it does fall in a certain line, I press it out. I always go a little bit oversized and then cut it down. I did not come in with a pre-cut A2 base because sometimes it just doesn't go right. So then I go a little bit bigger. And I'll come in with my favorite, which I still think is not back in stock. Will be soon. You can ask to be notified. Precision layering A2 sets A and B. 16 dies in each set. Largest die is an A2, 4.25, 5.5 inch. I talk about these all the time, especially when they go on sale and in all my videos because I use them all the time. They are your best friends for card bases, card layers. I could have done a layer with this as well. They're also great for straightening out Better Press and Glimmer. Keep that in mind. If you work with Better Press and Glimmer and you notice that your card is starting to look not like straight, use these as frames, like a template frame to hold for placement, okay? Largest die over here, like I said, in set A is an A2, and then it comes in 1/4 inch. Largest die over here in set B is 1/8 inch shorter than this. So then you can get tight layers. Love that set. Put it in your wish list if you don't own it already. It's a fabulous set of rectangles. Again, for reference, here is Santa, and here is the Penguin Small Die of the Month, having fun with other clubs within this month's Kit Club. Yay! Up next, crafters, here is the large die of the month, mugs and mittens. So super love. Here I had fun playing with a lot of color wheel cardstock. Here I'm using, I don't know these purples, but it's the purples from the new color wheel cardstock. And then I have waterfall, teal topaz. This is, boy, am I forgetting all these names. Crafters, I had to pull out the packs because I forgot what these are called and I don't have my swatch on me. Fairy tale is this color wheel cardstock. You see what I do? I keep the packs and I only pull like 1 or 2 sheets. I don't empty this out because I want to always know the colors. If I need to reorder more, which I just did, that I can find it again so I know what it is. So fairy tale is that color for color wheel. Lavender is this one. And then on the inside in here, is lilac, and I show you how that works. I skipped orchid and I came into mulberry for this layer, okay? I don't use the purples often, and purple is my favorite color, I know, but that's the purples. And then in the background, I'm coming again with fog color wheel cardstock. Fog is like a light gray, very, very light, beautiful gray, which goes very well with the purple and the teal. So for this layer, when you take out the drop in, that's where you can cut it in a different color, and then that peeks through all of this that you poke out, okay? Here is the snowflake, again, pop-up glitter foam. Here in the background from the liquid, which is this piece, that is acorn. And then up here, I just have white cardstock. In the background, what you're seeing in the fog is the 2D embossing folder of the month. It's so pretty. It's almost like beautiful cross stitch. It's so pretty with the poinsettia and then this little diamond detail. Very, very pretty. Nordic Noel embossing folder. Great embossing folder of the month. For the sentiment, I'm using the clear Stampin' Die. Same sentiment again, sending you cozy hugs and cocoa kisses. This sentiment just seemed perfect for both cards. Here it is on that scrapbook.com thick mixed media paper in black, heat embossed. Look how pretty it is both ways, right? I could have also done Stay Snugly, but I liked how this fit here. Finish this off with some crystal mixed gems, because crystal mixed gems against the purple gives this fun color. I think that's so fun. So this is the large die of the month. This is on an A6 card base, which is 4.5, 6.25 inch tall. So super pretty. As you can see, I do love my turquoise. I do. And my pinks. Up next, crafters. Here's another look without the mittens. This time, just those mugs. And I wanted to play with both the Snowman and Santa. Right here, with the cup. And notice my cups are glitter cups. I could not help myself. This is the glitter metallic in silver for the cup. This brown you're seeing, this is Timber Essential cardstock. And then I'm also using the Antique Assorted cardstock. So anytime it's Halloween or Christmas, this is where you're going to see me get all glitterati. That's where Treasured cardstock and all my other foil and glitter from my stash comes out to play. Up here, I have it in Santa's hat. I have this one is the brushed. This on a snowman, gorgeous. This for a snowbank. If you don't want it glittery like me, I love this brush metallic. I think it is super pretty. When you see it in person, it does have a delicate glitter detail and a feel too. Really, really nice. The red in their hats is brush metallic. I did not use matte. I was thinking about it, but I kind of like the brush. After I made my two little characters, look how fun they are. This is Alabaster Color Wheel cardstock for Santa's skin tone. For the cheeks, I came in with a Copic marker R20, okay? In the background here, I have the stencil of the month, warm and woven stencils. 3 styles of stencils in here, crafters. There are 5 stencils. 2 of them is giving you cross-stitch poinsettia that we just saw on the large die of the month. Crafters, I think this thing works. That's fun. And then this would give another layer, but then this would be different than this. But I think you could use 1 layer to color this. Oh, I love that. You see, just that little extra step of let me pause and let me just design it a certain way. Yay, Josie. And then these 2 go together. They're like a sweater. But I used this one, which is a sweater also, but with like a heart sweater knit detail. That's the one I used right here. There it is right there. You see it? To ink this up, I'm using some blue ink from Altenew Fresh Dye ink, okay? So I'm using Breeze Color Wheel cardstock for this layer that I did do that blending on. For the sentiment, sending frosty hugs your way, I'm using the clear Stampin' Die. I think this is so fun. And you see how with the coordinating die, you see how I could cut a second layer and then pop this up too? Then I came in with Perfect Touch rectangles again. A2 out here in Indigo Color Wheel cardstock. And then I'm using this second layer right here. Before I adhered it, I felt like I needed something. So I came in with some Vivant trim. This is Vivant twine in red and white. It's available both in red and white and black and white. Vivant is Spellbinders luxury ribbon, twine, and cord. Okay, and then I just looped it 3 times and tied it this way. I didn't bother with a bow. I kind of like this, which is so much easier to do too when you do a knot. Like you don't have to fiddle with it too much, just make a knot. And I like it hanging like that. And then I finished it off with some opal gems. Isn't that a fun card? Just 2 mugs. If you don't want to do the whole hands and all of that, or you want to play with the mugs, you can just do the mugs alone. That's so fun and so cute. Love, love, love. Up next, this card is featuring the wax seal of the month. I'll put the name here. Look how pretty that is. I used 5 beads for this. I'm just using white beads. I love when the detail is like this. to have it like so. I didn't want to color it in or anything, but you can see the texture. Once I had stamped it out in white, I was like, oh, what can I put in the background? I came back into the Better Press of the Month, Festive Press. So pretty. Now, at this sizing where you can see the full pattern, you notice it definitely needs to run straight. Before, you could get away with it if it's a little bit off here because we're covering up most of it. But when you're going to have it like this, you know what I'm going to pull out, which is the last thing I'm going to show you, precision layering. So here again, I pressed it out because I loved it so much with the porcelain cotton card and the black Better Press ink. You could also use Thunder if you don't want it to be so bright, but you want it to still have that darker color. That's the gray Better Press ink. And then the same ink colors I used here is over here, blended much stronger. So it's 3 different colors blended over here. For the sentiment, Winter Cheers, I'm coming back into the Clear Stampin' Die of the Month. I love this too. Again, cross-stitch fun. Winter Cheers, and I use the coordinating die right here. Then for my wax seal, I came into a favorite of mine. This was also on sale. Seal Twine. Crafters, if you are going to get into wax seal, this is the one die set I recommend getting. Instead of having just a wax seal just floating here, looking weird, you use this little beauty right here. You could use real twine, but once you use real twine, you'll start to go, oh, because to hold this down on the real twine, it just takes a little more effort and work and glue and everything to hold it. With paper, super easy, and you can customize this with any color too. If I was making this Halloween, because we do have Halloween wax seal, I would just use orange, purple, etc. Valentine's, red, pink, white, but I love the white here against that blue. I think this is a nice crisp card. So Seal Twine is a winner to go along with wax seal and everything else. And then precision layering. I use the largest die here, A2, to cut this out and to make it straight. See how it's all falling nice and straight? These things bother me once it starts to tilt like this. Oh, no. I'd have to go press it again. It was so pretty with the blues coming from dark to light that I just wanted a sentiment, nothing else, no flowers, no nothing. So pretty. I love this card. And this was a quick one to make. Love. So that's the wax seal of the month, okay? Mixed up with other clubs. You notice that this club is a very self-contained club. You can make a bunch of cards just playing within this club. You don't have to really bring in a bunch of things, but my last 2 cards, I wanted to bring in some things because when I did the steals and deals again, yes, I saw things that I was like, okay, you need to be back in the rotation, and now it's Christmas in July. I want to play with you again. So you're going to see my last 2 cards where I did bring in more things, but I didn't need to. Here is the stitch die of the month with no stitching. I wanted to see what it was going to look like, and turned into a shaped card. So that means I cut a second layer, put a 1/2-inch score line, glue the tops together to turn it into a top folding A2 card, okay? So you can do this as well if you want to have some fun with this. And because there are 4 layers here, it will stand up. It's not going to tip over. So I'm using the frosted stitch dies. So for that back layer, all I did was just cut out this and didn't put in the drop in. Then for this layer, I'm using again Breeze Color Wheel cardstock. Here I'm using a navy from my stash. And now I came in with something different from my Spellbinders stash. One of my favorites that I talked about in the Steals and Deals sale, Christmas Bird Poinsettia. You can make all of this beauty, but all I did was just the foliage and the poinsettia. Love, 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 love. I have multiples of this. And I did use my multiples when I was cutting out more than one of the pine, a bunch of these, a bunch of this. This is Forest and Sage Essential cardstock. This is Poppy Color Wheel cardstock. So fun. I could have used the bird here. I could have done the candy cane, but I love this large poinsettia and all of the foliage. So Christmas Bird Poinsettia was on sale. Might still be too. Is still on sale now. I'll put in parentheses the word sale so you'll know, oh, it's still on sale. Some of them will still carry over after the sale is done, okay? This is one that might also be on sale. Handwritten Holiday Sentiments Die. Love. Merry Christmas. Happy Holidays. Warm wishes. Let it snow. Deck the halls. Noel. And joy to the world. So you get the sentiment and the shadow. This is with the same navy cardstock here for the outline, and then pop-up glitter foam, the white pop-up glitter foam. Look at it cutting out this sentiment, even the little tiny dot, clean. I tell you that pop-up glitter foam, thumbs up. It is adding dimension to the card and glitter and pretty to the card. Holidays is 2.5-inch tall by 1 inch. Did I do measurements for you guys? I didn't do measurements, did I? I'm too excited. Okay, when I finish this, I'm going to go back in and do measurements for the small die and large die, okay? Oh my goodness, what's going on? And then here I finished off in the centers, those stitch centers. opal gems again, and opal here. I tell you, I love that opal gem. So this is another take on the stitch die of the month with no stitching. Just think of these holes as texture. Fun, fun, fun. Or stitch it up and follow this recipe, especially if you have this one and this one. Beautiful card. Love. Measurements would be nice. For the hand and mitten, you're looking at almost 4 inches tall by 1 3/4 of an inch. That mug, 2 inches. And this way it is 1 3/4. So that's it for the large die of the month. Santa assembled, you're looking at 3.5 inch, and his width 2.5. This is probably going to be the same, 3 1/4 inch, and again around 2.5. Okay, crafters, here is the last card I made, and this one features the 3D embossing folder of the month only. It's called Starry Snowfall 3D embossing folder. Look at this with all this detail. I know it's hard to see because I did spritz the heck out of it, but super duper pretty. For the treatment in the background after I embossed it, this is using Forest Essential cardstock, which is that same dark green. You will be seeing this for a lot of my Christmas cards because I love forest cardstock. I wish they brought it back, but the darkest they go now is fern. So I have a lot of forest anyway, so I'll be bringing back my forest cardstock. So it's forest in the back, A2, and then I ran it through the 3D embossing folder. Then I came on with Simon Hurley's new Solar Spray Trust Fund. I love the name too. It's like money green. I love that. So I spritz Trust Fund, and I kind of did a lot of spritzing just to see what it would look like. You can still see the detail here. So fun. And I think this is great too for masculine cards. It has a little shimmer, but not crazy. And then I wanted to continue with that circular detail. So I put this one in the rotation. This is a fun one. Festive ornaments. You get 3 styles of ornaments. My favorite has to be the drippy ornament. Here I'm using acorn color wheel cardstock. For the fun drippy frosting, antique assorted, mirror metallic. You see the little shine on it? And because I had all these choices here, I just like pulled them over and go, which one? Which one? Which one? You see how it gets more yellowy here, but it stays whiter here. And then this is a different tone. It depends on what you want to do. I tell you, fun, fun, fun. I did use some gold foil from my stash because this one has a color that went well with this green, okay? I have a lot of these treatments and stuff, but I do love this because it's all in one. So that's fern color wheel cardstock here. Here is the red treasured cardstock, that red metallic. I did this piece right here. I did 2 of it over here and 1 of it here. And then that's the little ornament. Stuck these 2 together. This is popped up off of this with a little low rise. And then for the sentiment, I came into this beauty, which was also on sale. These 2 were on sale. Mistletoe greetings, press plate and die. So love. You get a lot of sentiments. Larger sentiments go with this squared off end. Smaller sentiments go with the fishtail banner style. Okay. Here is a look at all the sentiments, so you can take a look at that. This is a fabulous set. You can press or glimmer and then die cut. Here I have it pressed out. Porcelain cotton card, black better press ink. Merry wishes for all. Isn't that fun? So love. This is a great set. Okay, crafters, so in summary, I have 8 cards. A lot of it played within this amazing kit club. Again, Josie, you kicked off Christmas in July the best way. There will be more Christmas products coming in terms of collections. Look out for them, crafters, because you know it's going to be like this. Can you mix them with last year's goodies too? Oh, yes. But look at this, crafters. Look how fun this is. You can have 3, 4 clubs together. You can bring in what you have from your stash and mix, match, and play. Lots of fun here. Can't say enough of how fabulous this Christmas in July is. Alrighty, crafters, thanks so much for watching. Everything will be detailed and linked below. Until the next video, check out this kit club. Remember that it closes on the 27th of July. Stay crafty, my friends. Bye!